Hello everyone, Douglas Waltz, Old Man Comic Book Reviews. I missed a week. I was learning a new job that I quit because they were trying to drive me insane. I may have a lead on another position in the near future. I'll keep you posted. A friend of mine also posted a thing about working online from home, and apparently she loves it. So thank you for that, Miss Angelique Bone, for that recommendation. I applied right away, so we'll see how that goes. I'm drinking blueberry muffin coffee. And you have to remember, I drink my coffee black, so no extra whatnots. And I've forgotten to turn off the air conditioner, so we'll see how long that goes. So 2 weeks. We have the final issue of the 5-issue miniseries Godzilla Here There Be Aliens. This started with the friggin' kaiju, like the founding fathers and all that stuff, worshipping the kaiju, blah, blah, blah. Written by Frank Thierry, art by Angel Hernandez. I like the art. Angel Hernandez's art is very nice. Plus, I get to see all my monsters. There's Jet Jaguar, there's Godzilla, there's Hedorah, there's Gigan. There's lots of fighting going on. There's a Mecha Ghidorah, as well as a Franken Ghidorah. So I'm like, they basically pull out all the stops. They end by, well, I won't tell you how it ends in case you want to buy it. But it was all right. The other ones, I don't like it when you fudge with my historicals. But whatever. No one listens to me. All right. And then we are up to the Kaisei era. Godzilla. It's just the book Godzilla. This is number 3. We have our Godzilla Attack Squad. Written by Tom Seeley. Art by Nicola Cismezia. Anyone knows how to say that? If you want to put that in the comments below. I like the way that they decide that Godzilla looks. And he's decided to attack the East Coast using tunnels built by Anguirus. And it's issue 3, and we've already got a mech. Supposedly, one of the team has the power of a kaiju and is there to get them. We all know the best part of this is that Jet Jaguar is in it. Jet Jaguar. And he only speaks in his theme song from the 90s. It is a delight. I haven't looked up the theme song on purpose. I barely remember it. And I don't want to ruin it for me, but I might have to go in and find out. So Godzilla, Kaisei era, the guys at IDW are doing a great job. So thank you for that. We have an Uncle Scrooge, issue number 1 from Fantagraphics? Flintheart Glomgold's Sinister Secret. Dun dun dun. I don't know if we're getting, it says part one of 3, and this is classic looking. Apparently it was a comic book that was released in 2017. Story is Francesco Artabane. Art is Alessandro Carina. Translation was done by Jonathan H. Gray. So, yeah. Cool, huh? You know, I hear the air conditioner. I think I'm going to turn it off. But this is neat. It looks like... Did I show you pictures? I'm sorry if I didn't. It reminds me of Carl Barks, if you would agree. Okay. So, give me a second. I'm going to turn off. Hey, you like my Jason shirt? Isn't that cool? All right, let's see. Let's see if I can just do it by... Nope. 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 See, it's behind a table. I think that's it. Hold on. It's behind a table that's hard to get to. There. I'm back! All right. Yes, the Uncle Scrooge was amazing. It was amazing. We have so many Duck books to cover this week. This 2 weeks. All right. Number 6 of Supergirl versus Night Flame. Not really sure why they put these things so small for us old men. Sophie Campbell is our writer and our cover artist. Rosie, hold on. Rosie Campe and Sophie Campbell are the artists. I don't like that much because I really like the way Sophie's stuff was, but she's kind of stretching herself a little thin. So I understand needing the assistance. Or it's just whenever she's in the, I don't know, when she switches to nightmare mode. Maybe that's just the only reason she used her. Good stuff though. Some wild art by the other person who's helping with this, Rosie. And maybe that is it. I don't think I noticed that before. So she's in the dream world. It's one artist. That's Rosie. Well, that makes sense then. There's a lot of weird going on, and it deals with Halloween. And there's all she wants is her candy. This is a really good comic book. It's probably the best Supergirl comic book I've ever read. There's a statement for you. All right. Aquaman. Aquaman number 10. Remember, he is one with the blue now. Oh, let's see if I can find that. Here we go. They were very nice. They gave me a big old thing. Here. Lost and Found is the story. Jeremy Adams is our writer. John Timms is our art. And Aquaman now has super duper powers, but they still are having trouble getting Atlantis to sync up in time. Would that be a good way of putting it? So it's good. Lots of action, lots of fight. I'm glad they kept Captain Nemo. There's a giant pirate ship with skeleton pirates, like Pirates of the Caribbean kind of thing. So all in all, yeah, good stuff. And it says countdown to DCKO. I don't like when you put my books in your crossover. I would complain, remember, about the X-Men killing 2 books. It looks like the KO thing, where it's just a knockdown, drag-out fight of the century, only affects one of my books and one issue of my books, and it's this book, and it's the next issue. We'll see how it goes. Heatseeker Exposed, number 3. See? She's exposed. Get it? Alright. That was terrible. Alright. Writer is Charles Ardai. Penciler is Ace Continuado. And inker is Juan Castro. And I needed to read it right away because when last we left Dahlia Racers, she had a steel girder through her. Yeah. And it was just a double costumes switch kind of thing. So that was kind of nice. So now they're all on the run, trying to get away from the bad guys who only want them dead. And there's a huge fight scene between Dahlia and a naked woman. So here you go. There's a lot of naked in this book. A lot of naked. Which is funny that they don't bag it at the comic book store. If they do, they don't bag mine. Alright, remember I said ducks? DuckTales. Ooh. DuckTales number 7. Can't go wrong with some DuckTales, right? Brandon Montclair is our writer. Tommaso Ronda is our artist. It's literally Huey, Dewey, and Louie are supposed to count money for Uncle Scrooge and they can't find $1. They're $1 short. And it's a nice way to introduce everybody. Launchpad McQuack, Gizmo Duck, Webby is reintroduced in the book, which is really nice. The butler and the maid, I don't remember their names. I'm sorry. I watched some DuckTales. I didn't watch every DuckTales. So, and there's a cave duck who they show at the end. Gyro Gearloose is in it. So, anyways. It's a standard episode of DuckTales, but it's in comic book form. They need to find $1. Speaking of ducks, we were speaking of ducks. Darkwing Duck 6. This is the prequel. And Daniel Kibblesmith is our writer. Stefano Porco and Simona Guida are art and color. And it's Launchpad gets some tea for Darkwing so they can explain how he uses his powers of disguise. which is always funny. And who he learned it from. And Chameleon is in it. So a little backstory there. Fun. You got to have some fun comic books once in a while. I love this cover for the new Spider-Man. Isn't that great? Too bad if we're looking at it, that's Norman Osborn. See the ankle bracelets, which, I don't know, can he shoot webs out of his feet? Because I haven't seen him do it yet. So let's continue, shall we? Writer is Joe Kelly. Penciler, Ed McGuinness with Todd Nauck. Inkers, Mark Farmer, Wade Von Grawbadger. By the way, Wade, that is the best name for an artist I've ever heard in my life. Ed McGuinness and Todd Nauck. We get Norman's in it, Ben Reilly's in it, Hallows Eve. I always liked Hallows Eve, where she puts on the different masks and turns into stuff. Yeah. And Captain Kintsugi. I don't know what they have planned for Captain Kintsugi. This thing is all over the place. 1 minute you got Norman with the spider people, then you got we got Hallows Eve with Ben, and then you've got fake Peter with his boss, and Norman shows up, and I don't think he understands that that's Ben, and then there's a Spider Slayer, and then Aunt May has a thing, and it's busy. This is a regular size comic book, and it's so busy. And I like how Norman told him, I never will be Spider-Man again. Look at there. That's Norman. He lied to the Spider Kids the minute they were out of earshot, which is classic Norman Osborn. It's like they've written themselves into a corner at this point, where they have a million things to explain. They're trying to do it, and everybody gets a little snippet, so it's not a lot of a story. It's more, and then, over here, and then, kind of thing. So, and yes. There you go. All right. Kaiju Cooking, number 3. This is a manga. You don't get these very often. Let me get you people. Story and art by Hiroshi Kanatani. Translation and lettering by Doug Glenn. And it's a girl who people kill kaiju and leave them. It's like an Ultraman knockoff guy. And leave them for this young lady. But now she has to deal with a food inspector? Is that what you want to call it? Food inspector? And this food inspector is constantly shoving her giant chest in front of our young lady, who's just seriously trying to cook up some food. And she makes this, she goes through the recipe and shows us how she does it. And then my favoriteest part is there's always a recipe for what she made. Now, of course, you don't have Dino-Rax fillets, so you would change it to whitefish, a nice firm whitefish, for what she's doing to it, because she marinates it, and then she coats it in potato starch, and then deep fries it. So, apparently we're getting one more of these. I like that you get some action, some adventure. The lady who's the food inspector is a new twist, and that it's people enjoying food, and you get a real recipe at the end. So, very good. From Antarctic Press. Kaiju Cooking number 3. All right. Absolute Flash number 8. So when last we left, the children, meaning Wally West and the Rogues Gallery, who had all decided that they did not like being manipulated and were going to do something about it. So we're like, yay, good for them. I don't see I'm looking for something, because I got a complaint here, but let's see. I'm not finding wow. I'm not sure why DC does this to me. All right, Jeff Lemire is our writer. Travis Moore is our art. Okay, so this is a flashback issue to what happened that made everything happen. So if you care, you read it. If you don't care, you thumb through it. If you really don't care and you're just a completist, you buy it and stick it in a box. But it's not sending the story for it. I was all excited to see our new Absolute Flash and the Rogue go kick some butt, and instead we get years ago, blah, blah, blah. So there you go. The only real misstep so far in that series. All right, Dynamite. Dynamite has the second issue of the Blue Falcon and Dynamite. So, Jimmy Palmiotti, I think that's right, is our writer. Pasquale Quilano is our art. And when last we left, Blue Falcon's dog got shot. And now he's on a rampage to find out who shot his dog. I love when he went into the bar to say, who shot my dog? If I'm looking for this guy, he shot my dog. And everybody in the bar is like buying him drinks and consoling himself because someone shot his dog. We'll get Dynamite next issue. He's sort of in this issue, but it's him becoming Dynamite. So he'll be here next issue. It's a little gritty for something that was a goofy cartoon to begin with, but that's okay. The artwork is amazing. When you find me some, I could cheat and just show you Dynamite. I could show you, woof. So, and the cover's a little intense now that I look at it. Did you see that? Look at Dynamite. What's wrong with that dog? Bad dog. Oh, Biscuit. All right. Did I tell you there were a lot of comic books this last 2 weeks? Herculoids number 9 is next on the hit parade. We have Tom Snigoski is our writer. Craig Russo is our artist. And the Clitorians came and took the boy. They took Dorno. And there's the two Gleepy Glorpy ones that I never remember their names, and they used some of their essence to make a fake Glorno so that the woman wouldn't be. It was so sad. And she's like, "I get it. Don't do that again." But so Dad's gonna go get his son back, and now they figured out that they are going to need to go into space to save Dorno from the people who apparently he's like the chosen one or something. I don't get it. I don't know what's going on there, but it's time for them to head out into space. I love the artwork. It's very not Herculoids, but it is Herculoids. You know what I mean? It looks good. It looks good. This is a good issue. Wait, I have my complaint. Wait, hold on. The thing that I complain about to all of my loyal viewers, it has those 3 words that I hate at the bottom. To be concluded. So I get the feeling that they're going to screw me and cancel another book. Or maybe it's just concluded that story arc, but that's wishful thinking. Alright, Captain America, number 4. We got 2 Captain Americas. We got military Captain America and Steve Rogers, who just got thawed out and is being sent to fight Dr. Doom. Writer is Chip Zdarsky. Artist is Valerio Schiti. Chiti. Alright, so Doom is going to execute someone with Captain America just standing there. Captain America's like, that's BS, you're not doing that. I'm going to fight all of your Doom bots. And then our military Captain America finds out that his search mission was a search and assassinate mission. So he's taking out the members of his team that are trying to kill innocent people. He's not doing well by the end of this book. We got a Captain America wannabe that's Colton that's snapped. Captain America's going to probably have to clean up the mess. So we will wait and see what they do with it. I'm not really sure why issue 5's thing is a old Avengers original team up thing, but I'm sure Mr. Zdarsky will explain it to us. I do like Mr. Zdarsky, so it's fine. Here, let's do this one next. Godzilla escapes the dead zone #3. I'm just surprised that they are keeping up. Written by Ethan Parker and Griffin Sheridan. Art by Pablo Tonica. I'm just going to call him the kaiju guy. He can turn into a kaiju. And he saves these two kids who have these superpowers that they can meld with a kaiju. And sometimes they can always leave the kaiju, but it's a case of does the kaiju die in the process. So they're giving it's an info dump. I mean, every page is like this. So, but they also pander to us, the true Godzilla fans, and make sure that we at least get a picture of the big G in every issue. So I do like that they know what we're here for. I am kind of curious as to why the guy can be a kaiju and he never loses his tail. So. #3. It's a good book. And because you can't have enough Godzilla, Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe #4. And let's find, right up front, thank you, writer Jerry Dugan, artists Paco Medina and Javier Guerrero. So, Fantastic Four and Captain America are stuck currently in the negative zone. Johnny Storm's coming from the future with Herbie to try to get him back. Black Panther is picking a fight with Godzilla. He has a new thing called the Mecha Adaptoid Centurion Mark A. And then Bruce Banner injects himself with Pym particles, and we have Godzilla fighting Giant Hulk. There's a lot of fighting Giant Hulk. So, but as we all know, who's the winner here is King of the Monsters, Godzilla. Ebirah, the lobster guy, shows up. Apparently him and Namor are friends. And Namor got attacked when Godzilla was on his way to Wakanda. So we do get to see the robot in action. I do like that T'Challa came up with a way of making a room in the robot, a section of the robot that is entirely made of ruby quartz, which, as you know, stops Cyclops from blasting everybody. It controls his rays, but the whole room is like that, so he can take his visor off. Cyclops, he's in the robot. There's so many people in the robot. I think there's a picture of everybody in the robot. I don't remember. Yeah, there's a lot of people in this robot. But because they've got, we're going to take a minute. We've got North Star and Quicksilver in hamster wheels. I'm going to call them hamster wheels, making it move. Storm is in one of the hip sections. Human Torch is in a thigh. Black Panther's in the middle. For fists, you got Spider-Man Peter, Spider-Man Miles. Magic's in it, generating stuff. Doctor Strange is the brain. Cyclops is the ruby quartz room, as we mentioned. Iron Man's in it. Thor is also in. Oh yeah, I'll just show you the picture. Look at this thing. Look, can you see it? Yeah, I think you can see it. It's each have their own section, and it's a neat idea. I did like that Miles said this is Red 5 standing by. So a little Star Wars nerd for us, for everybody who loves that sort of thing. And yeah, it was fun. I don't know why they think they're going to beat Godzilla, but more power to them, right? All right. So let's divvy up this. You see this thing? Look at this. Let's divvy up the stat. Godzilla is not a superhero. Just to let you know. I'm going to give the Herculoids superhero status, though. That's not a superhero. Do we give Darkwing Duck? Of course we do. DuckTales is not. Heatseeker is not. Aquaman is. Supergirl is. Uncle Scrooge is not. Godzilla is not. Godzilla is not. Okay, so superheroes. For 2 weeks, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? 8. For non-superheroes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have what they call a proverbial tie. 16 books, 8 it, ta-da! So, there you go. You have 16 books. Half super. So what I'm always telling you about buying comic books or reading comic books online, you don't have to read superhero books. There's espionage, there's talking ducks, there's Godzilla, there's how to cook a giant monster, there's, did I mention Godzilla? Okay. Because there's a lot of Godzilla books this 2 weeks. I think there's 4. It seems a lot. Should we give Godzilla his own thing? Let me look real quick here. Hold on a minute. Yeah, Godzilla. Yeah, he's got 4. He's got 4 from 3. Is it 3? No. Yes. No. 2 different companies, because IDW does the Here There Be Aliens, and Marvel. So. Because currently in DC, he's Godzilla's fighting Kong and the Justice League. So there you go. All right, let's have our talk about you reading comic books. Do it. Go read a comic. I don't know. We can't say that yet. That's the end. Go to the library. Go online. Ask your friends who read comic books. We had the most interesting time. We were at the Vault of Midnight in Ann Arbor. My lovely wife Martha and I, and I overheard a gentleman who worked there explaining to a young man if he wants to get in on Batman, he had a couple of options. I would have told him to just go with the new Batman book. That's only 2 issues in, easy to get. He mentioned Absolute Batman, which I'm not, except for the Flash seems to be working for me, but I don't think any of those other Absolute books are going to work for me, so I didn't even try. Except for, of course, Absolute Martian Manhunter, which another gentleman behind the counter was trying to convince his friends, and I piped right up with him because it's got the cool, we've talked about this, where you can see through it and it overlaps the art, and we're not really sure what's going on, even though it's 6 issues in, and it's such an interesting book. So you find those things, because while Martian Manhunter in the DC universe is a superhero, I would not call his new book, Absolute Martian Manhunter, a superhero book. It is a mind messing with you thing. So I can keep the rating on my video PG. But you know what word I was going to use. So, yeah, it's just there's so many things you can read out there that are comic books. And you get to enjoy some beautiful artwork while you're reading it. It teaches your brain to move panel to panel. It makes you smarter than artificial intelligence, because artificial intelligence can't do that. And I just kicked the tripod for anyone out there that's like, what was that? So there's a million reasons to read a comic book. You can go get one for $0.25, 50 cents at a comic book store. Just flip through and go, wow, what is this? And just buy one. Take it home. Set aside time to read it. Don't just read the book. You'll be astonished. It'll make you want to go find more. It becomes this thing where you just have to have more. So, and that's a good thing. I get all my comic books from Fanfare Comics and Cards on Westnedge here in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I pay them $5 a year. $5 a year. And they take 20% off of every new book. And you're like, well, yeah, Doug, but what the heck, there's, like, this one is $3.99, I think. So you take 20% off of that. It's not a lot, but it's a little bit, 20%. But let's say they put out the giant omnibus of the book that you just have to have. Like Dr. Fate was one that I got. I still got to finish reading that. Dr. Fate was one of them. Things like that. Where it's $125 for this book. I know it's a lot, but you get a lot. It's like, I'm serious, they're like this big. because you have because it's a new release, they'll give you the 20%. Now you have a $25 discount. So that's how math works. All right. I think I have said my piece. Thank you for watching my show. If you like and subscribe, you'll be my best friend forever. All my subscribers are already my best friends. I don't get a lot of comments. I get some likes, and that's fine. But for the rest of you out there, like I said, like and subscribe. Tell your friends. And I will hopefully be back next week with more comic book for you. So in the meantime, go read a comic book.